1, 2, 1, 2. Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's the kind of first proper video since recent events in May, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link at the end of this one. Save me going back over it. Took a little run out to, I'm in Kenmore. Oh, that's nice. I'm going to sit in Botley Junction for a minute, that is lovely. Capri RS 1300, nice. Yeah, Kenmore, not a little run out, but it's a nice run out, not fast. For a coffee, sit in the sunshine, and I thought I'll try the wired mic option into the DJI camera, because I've never done that before, so hopefully you'll hear me. If not, then I've just been talking to myself for a few minutes. And today I want to talk about advice on the internet, YouTube and Instagram. Now, I released a video ages ago, and it was about, what did I title it? It's not all about getting your knee down, because biking isn't, but there's lots and lots of advice out there about, you know, body position and riding and where to be on the road and, you know, hanging off the bike. And for some aspects that works, and for a lot of the riding that you find yourself doing the road, I don't think it does work. I'm not saying that all of the advice is bad advice, because there is really good advice out there. In fact, I just realised there's a Ferrari in front of me, and I do like a Ferrari. Just in case you're wondering, my favourite car is a Porsche, any kind of Porsche really. So, where was I? Yeah, so there's lots of good advice out there. There is some advice I just think, Jesus, what are you doing? And I guess this video is aimed at probably the newer riders, because they're the most, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Impressionable. Oh, that's a good word actually. They're the most impressionable, I think, because these are the riders that are searching online for hints and tips to get better, you know, and be more confident and comfortable on the bike. This road is a good example. So for a lot of roads, especially here in Scotland, your body position is pretty much neutral. Even, I mean, I'm a little under the speed limit, but even if I get past these and get up to the speed limit, it's not going to change much. It's more about staying relaxed on the bike, looking up and looking ahead. So I'm looking at the third car in shot, and I'm just moving my lane position to 1, be safe, and 2, get visibility for the corners. My feet, you can't really see my feet because I don't have another camera on, but they are not even really on the balls of my feet. They're quite more neutral on the pegs, and that's because I'm going to be up and down the gearbox, I'm going to be on and off the brakes, and there's no need to really be all over the bike. It might look good for, you know, Instagram and some shots, but really all you're going to do is make yourself slower and make the bike move about underneath you, which will in turn, if you're not used to that, make you nervous. Right, back to the point in hand. So on these roads, these are quite tight and twisty, so I am keeping my body 99% neutral. I'm moving my upper body and I'm barely moving my backside, because there is no point. In some corners I'm going to lean with the bike, other corners I'm literally just going to dip it in and almost counterbalance, because it's going to be so tight, and that allows the bike to retain most of its grip. It stays balanced, and it'll help keep your arms relaxed, and then you're not putting unnecessary input into the handlebars. Here's a tip I learned probably a decade or so ago, and if you feel that you are sitting up on the bike and your arms are quite straight and you're tense, do a little press up, 1, 2, and then when you come back up, keep your arms bent, just allow your arms to bend. A good grip on the bars, not too tight. A lot of people use the analogy holding an egg, but if I was on bumpy roads I would want to hold that egg a little tighter, so I wouldn't be using the egg analogy. A good grip, but not too much that any little bump in the road or kick is going to transfer through the bars, through your arms, and then create some sort of input that you don't want. One of the keys is keep your head up. Don't be tempted to look down just beyond the front wheel. Glance down, check your speed. Glance, check your mirrors, and then just bring it back up. So right now I'm looking at where that, it looks like an arch in the tree line, where that bike's coming from. Hello. And that allows me just to read the road, almost plan for it. There's going to be corners you can't really see through, so you are going to be dipping the throttle, possibly gently on the brakes. The more you look forward, you don't need to scan 1,000 miles up ahead, but you need to look far enough ahead that you keep all in front of you within your peripheral and lower vision. And that means if the road does tighten up, you can calmly come off the throttle and onto the brakes. Roads are great fun. You don't have to be going flat out, and even if I was going much faster, I would barely be moving my body position. And I guess my point to all this comes down to advice is advice. That's exactly what it is. Like any advice in life, you have to choose it wisely. If it sounds idiotic, it probably is. If it sounds like good advice, take that advice with a pinch of salt, try it somewhere safe, and if it works for you, that's good, and if it doesn't work for you, forget about it, just move on. What works for one doesn't work for all. But the thing is, especially when you're new, it's getting miles on the bike. It's not about, to hark back to my own video, it's not all about getting your knee down. And there's all these things about the chicken strips. Now there is a few comical ones out there, and I find them quite funny, and they're all done in good intentions and good humour. Just because you've got, I don't know if the camera picks up, chicken strips, doesn't mean to say you're not riding your bike. I've got chicken strips. I'm not the slowest guy in the world. I'm reasonably quick. I'm not the quickest guy in the world, but I can go out, as you've seen on the channel before, with my two pals. I'm going at the same speed as them. They are using more tyre than me, and I think that just comes down to various things. My lean angle, my entry speed in at the corner. I'm a kind of old school, a little bit slower in, faster out, and that comes from having a crash over 21 years ago. I had a good crash, not high-sided myself at a reasonable rate, put myself in hospital, gave myself a lengthy recovery with quite a few broken bones, and I'll be honest, I was lucky to come out of that. If I hadn't woke up, you and I would not be chatting now. And I learned from that. It took me a while to get over it, but I definitely learned from it. learn from what you do, you learn from what others do. Sometimes you just got to be on the bike, just enjoy it. Just be out there riding your bike, that's the whole point. You spend all the money going through your lessons and your tests. And certainly, I don't know all over the world the cost and stuff, but in the UK it's mentally expensive. So you want to go out there, just enjoy it, have fun. Whether you're on your own, oh Jesus, or with other people, how do you do it? So there you go, the bike's all over the bumps, one hand waving, it's up and down. I'm letting the bike do its thing, because I'm relaxed. I think I've pretty much covered everything in that point without getting down the road of repeating myself. But in case you weren't listening, advice is advice. It's all subjective. It's all about trying what you think is good advice and seeing what works for you, and ignoring the bad advice. It sounds stupid, it is stupid. That's the way I look at it. Okay folks, I'm just going to finish this run and I'll let you enjoy the ride. As always, take care, be safe, have fun.